Very good morning to all of you. At the very outset, I would like to welcome our principal, Dr. Temjan Wabang, our Dean of Science, Professor Lima, HOD, my esteemed colleagues, my dear student friends. I'm happy to introduce you Dr. Avinash Chauhan, the resource person for today, who has come all the way from Sasart, Mazepima, Nagaland University. This ZooTalk is a program that the Department of Zoology has conceptualized. The idea being that we wanted a platform where not only classroom teaching, but we create a platform where we are able to disseminate information, scientific information on diverse topics. The main idea is to have academic discourse, network with each other, interconnect with experts across diverse fields within the state and outside the state. So with this humble objective in mind, we had conceptualized this program. And today we are very happy to be starting off with the first series of the Zoo Talk. And therefore, on behalf of the department, I warmly welcome every one of you to this Zoo Talk Series-1 2025. The theme for this year is bees, today and tomorrow. And I believe that we have got the best resource person, the right resource person for the program. We look forward to a very interesting discourse. And after the session also, we would expect that we have a good discussion, Q&A session, where our doubts are clarified and that we are able to also extract the best out of this session. So with these things in mind, we want to kickstart the series 1. To begin our session, I would like to request Dr. Vetselo Dulo to kindly come up and give the conceptual idea of the Zoo Talk Series 1 2025.
Good morning, everybody. I shall be giving the conceptual idea about these zoo talks. These are indispensable to global ecosystem and agriculture, but their survival is under threat. This overview examines the current state of bees, emerging challenges, and future strategies to protect them. Besides the role, beekeeping provides livelihood for millions globally. Nagaland, with its rich biodiversity and forested landscape, offers an ideal environment for apiculture and meliponiculture. Both practices have cultural significance, ecological benefits and economic potential for local communities. The primary objective of this program is to provide a comprehensive understanding of apiculture and meliponiculture, emphasizing its scientific application and economic implication. Specifically, the program aims to disseminate knowledge on the principles of bee biology and beekeeping, to explore the economic applications such as honey production, pollination services, etc. To discuss the challenges as beekeepers, to identify opportunities for sustainable development, entrepreneurship, and innovation, to foster a platform for interaction, discussion, and networking among students, researchers, and practitioners. I hope we will have successful and fruitful zoo talks where we will learn more about the importance and impact of bees in our life. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vetselo, for enlightening us with the conceptual idea of this program. As I said before, this Zoo Talk series will not be confined to one topic, but over down the line, we'll be delving on various other important topics that confronts and challenges the scientific world and our society at large. So we are happy to have started this series. We will now take a short time to acknowledge some of the key persons who have made this program a success. I would like to request our presenters to be ready, our teachers to be ready with the presentation. First of all, we are very happy to have Dr. Avinash Chauhan with us today. As we were coming up from Meliponiculture, we had discussed on various topics. He was very interested in entrepreneurship. Of course, beekeeping is one area that he is very interested in, and he's working on that. And the similarity between Himachal Pradesh from where he is and our state again was a topic that we had been discussing throughout the journey. So we are looking forward to have an enriching session. We are glad that you have come to our college on the invitation. I think this is your first time in the college. So as a mark of our appreciation, we want to hand over a small token to you. If you can kindly come here, and our principal, if you can kindly hand over the token to our resource person. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I would also like to request our principal to kindly accept a small token on behalf of the department. I would like to request Professor Lima to kindly hand over this token to our principal. This is on behalf of the department for your presence. And for the information of our students and the audience, we are live streaming this program. And for the same, we have troubled our technical experts. I would like to request Nilete also to kindly come up and then accept this small token. I would like to request our HOD to kindly hand over this token to Nilete. And I would also request our friend Matthew to kindly come up and accept this small token on behalf of the department. Thank you, madam, and thank you to the important persons of this program today. We will be now straight away diving into the actual session. We'll be handing over the time to Dr. Avinash. Just a brief introduction about him. I have come to know personally a lot about him when we were driving up this morning. But when we were just checking on some of his achievements, we found that he is an avid researcher. And I was told that he was working in Himachal Pradesh before he joined SASAT. And there also he was in the same capacity as scientist. He was into biochemistry field, even though he did his PhD in bumblebee and beekeeping. So he is an expert in beekeeping, in fact. And I'm told that he is working, they got a project on bumblebees in Himachal also to a tune of 7 crores. Of course, unfortunately, he had to come back and join SASAT here. But even now, he's actively working on that project in Himachal Pradesh. After coming to Nagaland also, I'm told that he visited many villages, rural areas, where he tried to motivate and trigger interest among rural farmers on beekeeping and the positive impact that it can have on entrepreneurship. So he has been a very resourceful person, not only for the university, but even for the rural population. So we are grateful to have him here. Even at the moment, he is working on honeybees and pollinators in one of the projects. I'm told he has 2 research scholars under him working on beekeeping again. Very recently, his presentation, oral presentation, was awarded the best oral presentation by the Indian Horticulture Society when he presented a paper titled Impact of Stingless Bee on Watermelon. So he is a very resourceful person, and I'm sure the session here will be very enriching. And of course, we always have this beekeeping as one of the course in the curriculum. But it's always fun again and a different way to learn when we have programs like this. So we hope that we'll have a very enlightening session. So to start off this talk series 1, I would like to request Dr. Avinash to kindly come up and take your time. We will also have a question and answer session after his presentation. So students may also kindly keep in mind any queries that is there in your mind, or any clarifications, or anything that you want to know beyond the subject that he will be covering in the talk. So now I give time to Dr. Avinash Chauhan. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Respected senior faculty members, teachers, and everyone who is presented here, I am very thankful to you. You have considered my name to be the part of this program. And as I know, this is the series 1 of ZooTalk. I am very privileged also to be the part of this program. I am thankful to all the authorities. So now I will start the program. I will be speaking on bees, where the topic is understanding. Is coming now? Yeah. Understanding apiculture and meliponiculture and their role in entrepreneurship. And the themes bees today and tomorrow. Means ki what is the status of our bees? Not changing it. From there also you can change. So what is the status of bees, or what do we know about bees as of today? We will try to understand that and how the bees, they are helpful to us in our coming future. Okay. So first, what are bees? Bees, they are the most important living beings on the planet or on the earth, and it was declared by the Earthwatch Institute, Royal Geographical Society of London. But why they are important to us? Next slide, please. Now it's working. Can you come here? I'm audible. And yes, we can also discuss in between, okay? If you are having any question in between, in any slide, so we can discuss over there also. Okay. So why the bees are important? So first, Darwin, he told that the man life, it will be very difficult if there will be no bees. Like the other very important scientist, Albert Einstein, he also said, if all the bees are disappeared, we would be only having 4 years to live. Okay, what will happen if bees will not be there? The food we are getting today, maybe tomorrow we will not get. When we go to the market, we see lots of fruits, nuts, vegetables. When we go to forest, we see different types of flowers. But if bees will not be there, we will not be able to admire the nature this way. Okay? So this I have taken from a very senior person, Dr. Tej Pratap. He has worked in Nepal under IC mode, and he was also the Vice Chancellor of different universities. Now he is again the Vice Chancellor for the 7th time in one university in West Bengal. He has worked there, and from his book I have taken this. What is the role of bees? You can see in the picture, because in Nepal, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, people, they are doing more horticulture. Okay? So they are saying ki, I will not keep the bees. If I will not keep the bees, what will happen? So one, she will not get the good output for their crop. It means less benefit. Similarly, others place also, the orchardist, they are keeping the bees in their fields, and then they are getting the more money. Ultimately, when we talk about any activity in our today world, in entrepreneurship or any other activity, we always deal with the economy. Okay? Everything ends up in the economy. If you are getting a better profit for your products by investing some money, then it is viable. If you are not getting, then it is not viable. And bees, they help you to get that profit, more profit. So basically what we know about bees, we only know about Apis mellifera, Apis cerana, honeybees, but there are more than 20,000 different species of bees that is present in the nature. Maybe we will find more also. There may be 40,000 also, but as of now we are having more than 20,000 species of bees. And the bees, we know some bees they are living in some colonies and some they are living alone. So we call them as eusocial bees, and the another one is solitary. In eusocial bees, we are having around the total fauna of 15%, and the solitary they are making still 85%. So if we see our forest, our fields, it doesn't mean that only honeybees they are pollinating your crops. The other bees which may be solitary, they are also visiting. When we see onion crop, when we see some flowers also, we see some solitary bees, they are just hovering on your flowers. Okay, so it means they are also the pollinators. So they are contributing a lot in management of in the sustenance of this nature or sustenance of our crops. Again, the bees they are of two types: stinging bees and stingless bees. Stinging bees mostly we know about honeybees. Apis cerana, Apis mellifera, Apis dorsata, Apis florea. Likewise, stingless bees, we are having, we only know one or two, mostly Tetragonula genus, Lepidotrigona, Lysotrigona, but many more are there. Similarly, we are having another solitary bees, they are also stinging bees. For example, megachilid bees, they also are having sting, but they do not sting normally. We can see some pictures so that we can recognize them. When we go to the field, at least we know which is this bee. First picture you can see is Apis dorsata. It is very bigger in size. You can see very beautiful long abdomen with stripes on that. And likewise, if we see the nest, they are open nesting and making a single comb hanging from the cliffs or from the branches of the tree. It means it is wild. Okay. And second picture, if you see, very small nest in the shrubs. So that is Apis florea. This bee is also wild in nature. And if we come to downside, we will see the cavity. In the cavity, we can see some combs, and they are parallel combs. They are parallel combs, just sitting next to each other, and in the frame also we can see that is scientific frame. So that is for Apis cerana. Usually, which we see in Nagaland, the bees, honeybees, we found that is Apis cerana, which we are managing in our villages. Okay. Another one is Apis mellifera. Apis mellifera is not present in Nagaland. In our center, we have introduced in 2019. We are keeping these bees, Apis mellifera, for research purpose. But in other parts of the Nagaland, still we have not introduced the Apis mellifera. In future, maybe we can introduce, but we are doing some studies what is their impact on other bees if we introduce these bees from outside in Nagaland. In Meghalaya already they have banned this Apis mellifera introduction. So likewise, first we will study. They have not made any studies, but just on here and say they have just banned it. But in Nagaland, we are doing studies first, and if we found that there is no negative effect, then we will introduce them. Then another we can see is bumblebee. We can see these bees also we can rear. This is the laboratory reared nest of bumblebee, which we can see in the extreme right. So now the question comes, why different types of bees? See, nature is very intelligent. Every organism which we see around us, they are the masterpiece of evolution. billions of years for evolution. Around 1380 crores years before Earth was originated, then 450 years before, another evolution took place. Likewise, insects also come, they also evolved with time. First simple insects, they came, Protura, Collembola, Diplura, they came. After that, other advanced insects, they came. They started living in colonies. Basically, hymenopterans, they are the most advanced insects in class Insecta. And if we see 50% of the biomass is also of insects, means every second living being is an insect. If we say the biomass also, they are also more than half. These are managed bees, and then we will see there are some solitary bees also. They are also contributing a lot in our agriculture, in our horticulture, or in our forest ecosystem also. So we will see there are different types of Xylocopa. You have seen that black bee, it's making hovering sound, very loud sound. We call it as carpenter bee. Okay, it makes holes in the wood or in the bamboos, then it nests inside there. So we call it as carpenter bee. They are very good pollinators of cucurbits. Cucurbits means cucumber, pumpkin, all those crops. Okay. And another also we can see megachylid bees. We call these bees as the leaf cutter bees because they cut the leaves with their mandibles and then they use these leaves for the construction of their nest. Okay. So we can see their nest on the right side if you will see. Then another halictid bees. There are many species of halictid bees which are reported from India. And then melitid bees are also there, andrena bees, manning bees are also. These all are solitary bees. Okay. Syrphid flies are also there. They are flies, they are not bees, but they are also contributing to the pollination. Okay. So we cannot ignore the significance of these bees. I have told you, honeybees, they are also having certain constraints. They cannot pollinate the crops inside the confined conditions. Our agriculture is changing now. We are going for the intensification of agriculture, confinement of agriculture. If we go to Bangalore, if we go to those places where are extremes of temperature, people are doing agriculture under confined structures or greenhouses. In the greenhouses, the honeybees, they cannot pollinate the crops, whether it is Apis mellifera or Apis cerana. There comes the role of other bees, whether they are bumblebees, Xylocopa bees, and another bees, stingless bees also. Okay. Then what are the opportunities we are having in terms of bee products and services? If we see which we get from the honeybees, mostly we only know about honey. When we talk about honeybees, it means we are talking about honey. Okay. But besides honey, other products are also there. We are having beeswax. Bees, they also produce wax. Wax candles we see, soaps we see, and so many things, shoe polishes and all, they are made up of wax only. And they are very costly. Then propolis. Here you can see propolis, the toothpaste we use, the mouthwash we use. Propolis is one of the component of those. Okay. Even these days, the tests are going on for against the cancer cells also for propolis. In the wound healing also, they are using antibacterial, antimicrobial properties of propolis. This research is going on in different parts of the country. NCL Pune is going on, CBRTI Pune is going on, ICR New Delhi is going on. Similarly, other universities and research institutes of national importance, they are also focusing their research on propolis. Then pollen, we can see it's a source of, pollen is a source of protein. Okay. In the form of capsules, we can find this pollen in the market also. In India, it is not that much popular, but in other countries, people are taking the pollen capsules. Okay, like those people who are going to the gym. They need protein source, extra proteins for building their muscles. This is again, they can take the pollen. Then royal jelly. We see in colony of honeybee, we see the colony organization, we see different types of individuals out there. What are those individuals? If we open a colony, what we will see? We will see a queen, some males, we call those males as drones, and some workers. Okay. If we see their life, what is their life cycle? We will find the longevity of workers is around 2 months. Drones similarly 45 days to 60 days. But queen 7 years, 6 years, 8 years, 5 years, 4 years. Though in scientific we always tell you have to change your queen every 2 years, but in nature queen, and in some beekeepers they are keeping for 5 years, 7 years, means the queen is not dying. Now what is the reason? See how the queens and worker forms. Queens, they are also formed from the same egg, means fertilized egg, okay? And unfertilized eggs, we get the males. So queens, after mating, they return back to their hives and then they started egg laying. And depending upon the will of the queen or the will of the total workers, okay, she lays 2 types of eggs. One is fertilized egg, in which the egg is fertilized with the sperms of the drones, which is already stored in her body for her whole lifetime. She only mate once in her lifetime, okay? Then she don't go outside. And another is unfertilized, from which the males appears, okay? But for workers are also emerged from the fertilized cells, eggs. So what is the difference between the queen and worker? How they decide it will become the queen and it will become the worker? The egg is same. That depends on the feeding of royal jelly. For all the workers or drones, for the first 3 days, the royal jelly is fed to the larva for the 3 days after hatching. After that, those who are destined to become the workers, they are fed with pollen and nectar or honey, you can say. Okay. But in case of queen, the queen, she eats only royal jelly. Okay. So when the scientists, they have seen the longevity of queen is that much long, it means it is having some chemicals inside which can increase the vitality in human beings also. Okay. So there are so many medicines are available in the market, so many products are available which they are using the royal jelly as one of its important component or major constituent. Okay. Then another is bee poison. Bee poison is again very costly. If we see, it is 7,000 to 9,000 rupees per gram. That much costly. Honey we are getting, in Nagaland we are getting 1,000 rupees per kg. In other place we are getting 150 to 180 rupees per kg. Okay. But in case of bee poison, its cost is 7,000 to 9,000 rupees per gram. So it is a very good product if we go for the production of bee poison. Here you can see one picture on the right hand side, that is how we collect the bee poison from the bees. Then another is queen rearing. Okay. Because we know the life cycle of the bees, it means we can also go for the queen rearing. One queen cost is between 500 to 750 rupees per queen. So if some beekeepers, they are not going for the production of the honey, but they are going for the production of the queens. Because beekeepers and other entrepreneurs, also those who are in this beekeeping industry, they have to multiply their colonies for getting the maximum input of honey or other products. So what they will do, they need queens, because queen is the mother of the colony. Without queen, there will be no hive of honeybees. Okay. So some persons, they are only working on making queens, and if they are selling in 1 year, if they are selling 10,000 queens, or per month they are selling 1,000 queens, it means they are getting around money in lakhs in per month. So that is again a very good avenue for working. Another is pollination services. In Nagaland, this model is still not present here, but if you go to Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and other parts of the world also, in Karnataka if you go, you will see the people, they are renting their colonies. 1,000 rupees to 1,500 rupees per colony for 15 days. The person, those who are growing apples, those who are growing almonds, these nuts and fruits, they need pollinators, pollination for their crop. What they do? They are hiring these boxes. And people, those who are having these boxes, they are giving it on hire at the rate of 1,000 to 1,500 rupees per box. And the persons who are hiring, they are not extracting honey also. That is only for pollination purpose. So if you are having 1,000 colonies, if any entrepreneur is having 1,000 colonies and they are giving it in on hiring 1,000 into 1,500, it means again they are getting money in lakhs without investing anything. Okay, in other business we have to invest a lot in the initial, but in beekeeping or apiculture we don't have to invest much. That's why we call it as it is for the persons who are having low incomes, who don't have land. They are landless. We don't need any specific structure to keep the colonies. No? We can start with 10 number of colonies. We can go for thousands with time. The thing is we have to devote the time. Then another is bee tourism. Nagaland state government, they have also started bee tourism in the Mima village of Kohima. So during Hornbill festival, have you heard of bee trail? Bee trail, they were publishing in newspapers also. The tourists which are coming from outside, so they were taking those tourists to the Mima village. They were charging some money from them. They were letting them to eat the fresh honey from the colonies. Again, this is bee tourism. In other parts also it's going on. If you go to Uttarakhand also, they are having very, very big bee gardens there. And hundreds of hectares of area. People used to come there with their families. They spend their time. They take honey tea, honey coffee, honey pastries and all, honey cakes from there only. They take honey from the colonies itself also. They feel attached to those colonies. They feel nearer to the nature. For that they are coming there. So that gives us an opportunity for development for developing as bee tourism. Then bee training institutes. To some private industries, they are also started their training institutes. They are charging some money like 5,000, 6,000 rupees for advanced trainings, and for basic trainings 3,000 to 5,000 rupees. People from all over the country, they are coming there depending upon their requirements, what they want to learn, and that way they are earning it. Okay. See, when you are having bee colonies, all the products you are getting. Okay. Besides that, you can also give the training programs. Even we have also started the training program for paramilitary and others. For the farmers it is free of cost, but for them we charge 3,000 rupees per person for 3 days training. Okay, that means we are also earning revenue from there. So this model, any beekeeper, they can adopt. Then bee equipment manufacturing. I was discussing with the sir when we were coming in the vehicle. We were having one person who has taken training. He was from Assam. He has started his work. He was initially started with 10 colonies. Now he is having more than 500 colonies of honeybees. And he is also starting this bee equipment manufacturing unit. And now his turnover is around 70-80 lakhs rupees. So this is entrepreneurship. We can also go for entrepreneurship. Then selling bee colonies is also part of this, and then honey testing facilities also. If we are not rearing colonies, but we can at least establish the honey testing facilities. Now we can make available those facilities to the beekeepers or the other entrepreneurs who want to test their honey, and we can charge some money for that, and that way also we can establish ourselves as an entrepreneur. Now if we see the status of honey production, if we see in India, our total honey production is around 1.61 lakh metric tons. Okay, this data is 2024, but 25 it is 1.61 lakh. Okay, million metric tons. But if we see the consumption, our consumption is only 37 grams per person per year. And what is our population? It is 140 crores. We are selling or exporting around 80% of honey to other countries. But if we see the scope of producing honey, if we advertise the benefits of honey, like we have advertised na Sunday ho ya Monday roj khawande. We don't know ki either we are getting the protein from that or not, but it is advertised. Similar type of advertisement we need for our masses also, for honey. Honey is a very good product, we all know. Individually we all say yes, very good product, but when it comes to eating of honey, we only treat it as a medicine. It is not a table product yet. So suppose if our go with the government initiative also, if we put it in the mid-meal also, how much honey we need? Lots of honey. If we start taking even a single spoon of honey daily or weekly, we need again lots of honey. Means we don't need it to export also. Our domestic consumption is that much. Okay, but we need to increase the honey consumption at domestic level also. Okay. Now, what are the some characteristics of apiculture? Already I have discussed. So, first is low initial investment. You can start with 5 colonies. From 5 colonies, you are getting 50 kg of honey, and per kg you are selling 500 rupees. Still, you are getting something without investing much. 5 colonies, you will get around in 20,000 rupees. Full-grown colonies. Then is low-cost technologies. Technology also, we don't need very rocket science here in doing beekeeping. Okay, only basic knowledge we need. If we go to Nepal, if we go to some other countries, Southeast Asian countries, we see all ladies, they are doing beekeeping. They are very, very big entrepreneurs. In the village, the ladies, they are taking care of bees. It means they are not that much dangerous. We can easily handle them. Okay, that's why they are doing they are not going to the forest. Okay. Then least labor intensive. We don't need much labor also for this work. And then least time requirement. In the morning, evening hours, we can see our colonies. We don't need whole day. In the morning, we can see if they are working well. No need to open it also. When we see ki at least 10-15 days, we have to see and open our. We have to open and see our hives if they need anything or not. Okay. Otherwise, no need to touch them also. So it means less labor intensive. Age and profession, we can take it as a side profession also. Okay. Means ke if we are doing some job, even then we can keep. As a hobbyist also we can keep. At any age, I go to different villages of the Nagaland where I see even the persons who are 80 years old, 85 years old, they are also keeping bees. Age is no bar. Even right from the 10-year-old also, he can do the beekeeping, he or she. And we don't need any permanent structures also. Okay? We can keep our bees in the jungles also. Alongside the bunds of our fields also we can keep. So we don't need any permanent structures. Then what is the employment potential? See, for 10,000 honeybee colonies, around 4,63,000 of man days are required. Okay? And if we calculate it to around 1,550 persons are required annually. And based on the NBB data, so we need 200 million of colonies. For that, roughly we need 3.09 crore individuals. That is the scope of beekeeping. Okay. So the employment generation through development of allied industry is tremendous. Means we can have a scope to generate large number of employment. Now coming to the another aspect, which is meliponiculture, because apiculture most of us we are knowing, because when any person come from outside, he only discuss about the apiculture. Okay, apiculture is rearing of honeybees, Apis mellifera or Apis cerana, and their management. But what is meliponiculture? In Nagaland or whole northeast region, we are very lucky to have stingless bees with us. Okay, it gives us a point, it gives us a rarity as compared to mainland India. Okay, they are not having stingless bees. If they are having also, they are not doing it at that much level what we are doing here in the northeast region of the country. The first rearing and management of stingless bees for deriving honey and other bee products is called meliponiculture. Okay, the rearing of stingless bees is meliponiculture, rearing of honeybees is apiculture. If we see the difference between the two, meliponiculture is much easy to do. Okay, it requires very less time. The colonies are perennial. In honeybees, what is happening? When we go to villages and when we go to entrepreneurs also, they say, in this season our bees, they leaves the hives. They are empty. But in case of stingless bees, they never leaves. Okay, they are perennial colonies. So that is again a advantage over apiculture too. And second is, they do not sting. Most of us, we are having fear that we will get the sting of honeybees. Okay, but in case of stingless bees, there is no such fear. We can work freely with stingless bees, though the sting of bees is also important. Okay, it is good for our health, but for our safety, we can go for stingless beekeeping. Another is rarity of honey. I have told you, Apis cerana honey we sell here at 1000 rupees or 800 rupees per bottle or per kg. If we go to other places in Himachal, it is, you will find it 400 to 500 rupees per kg. In case of Apis mellifera, we get it from 150 to 180 rupees per kg. But stingless bee honey everywhere. If you go to Kerala, there also you will get 5000 to 10,000 rupees per kg. If you go to West Bengal, there again you will get the same price. In Northeast India, again we are getting a good prices for stingless bee honey because of its rarity. Okay. So what are stingless bees? First, stingless bees, they are also the insects and they belong to order Hymenopterus, suborder Apocrita, and genus, we are having different genus. Trigona is there, then Melipona is there, Tetragonula, Lysotrigona, Lepidotrigona, and Lophotrigona is also there. But in Nagaland we are having Tetragonula, we are having Lepidotrigona, we are having Lophotrigona, we are having, and Lysotrigona also we are having. And what are the characteristics of stingless honeybees? First, these are the oldest eusocial bees. Okay, social means those who are living in communities or in colonies. Okay, so they are true social bees living in perennial colonies. And honeybees, bumblebees, and these orchid bees, they are the closest family members to or relatives to these stingless bees. Have you heard of the Mayan culture? No? Mayans in South America. When we started studying those Mayans, so we found some honey in the caves where they used to stay, and that honey was stingless bee honey. Okay, the oldest fossil of honeybee is also of stingless bee. Okay, means these are very old bees. Then they are having polymorphic like other honeybees. They are having queen worker and males, but in one species they have also found one more caste of soldiers also. Okay. Then division of labor is there. Workers, they are knowing their duties. Queen, she is knowing her duty. Drones, they are knowing their duties. Then sting is greatly reduced. It means sting is present, okay, but it is rudimentary. Okay, it is reduced. Means it is not that much strong. It can pierce your string, but their mandibles are strong. Okay, so if they cannot sting you, they can bite you. Okay, and their size very small to bigger size, 2 to 16 mm or 2.5 to 6 mm in length, which we found in India. Okay, in other places we are having stingless bees whose size is very small, 2 mm and to 16 mm, means as the size of other Apis mellifera bees. If we see the distribution in global level, so we will see that total we are having around more than 600 species of stingless bees which are present globally, and in Brazil, that is the hotspot for stingless bees. Okay, they are having more than 250 species of stingless bees present in there, and very few we find in Africa, Asia and Australia, and in India still we don't know, but up to 2025, 27 species are already identified from India, and many more are still there. Okay. If I talk about the distribution map of stingless bees in India, so we will find the Tetragonula. I have told you we are having in India 3 genus, okay? 4 genus, but 4th one is still not confirmed. But 3 genus is Tetragonula, Lepidotrigona and Lysotrigona. Tetragonula, if we see, it is distributed all over the India. But there are still no reports from Jammu and Kashmir. But I am sure in Jammu we will find the stingless bees. But if I talk about Lepidotrigona, it is present in the northeast region of the country. Okay? Already 5 species are discovered from these places. And then Lysotrigona. Lysotrigona, they are the smallest of these stingless bees which is present in India. We found in central India, from Kerala and from Mizoram, even from Nagaland also, but it is not reported till now. Okay. So if we see the Lepidotrigona bees, they are the biggest. They are the largest in size among all these 3, followed by Tetragonula, and the smallest one is Lysotrigona. Okay. And in Kerala, Lysotrigona, they sell it as the white honey. The cost is 10,000 rupees per kg, and the cost of one colony is 35,000 rupees for Lysotrigona stingless bee colony. And when you go there, they are always reluctant, they will not show you. They are keeping it as, yes, we will not show to anyone. But when researchers, they have done the studies, they found that this white stingless bee is nothing, it is only Lysotrigona coccicae. So that is present in central India also. But still they are not showing if you go there. This type of how they look like. Okay, so Tetragonula, if we see, they are having yellowish color abdomen. But this is relative character, okay, not the absolute character. Then Lepidotrigona, they are bigger in size, and on their mesoscrotum they are having the hairs present, on the thorax if you see. But in case of Tetragonula, there is lines of hairs. And then in Lophotrigona, which is the underground stingless bee, it lives underground. And then Tetragonula graciti, that it is reported from fake, again it is different species. Then what is the diversity? Already I have told you, up to 2013, only 8 species of stingless bees, they were identified. But as of now, we are having 27 species of stingless bees which are identified. Many of the species, they were misidentified also earlier. Okay? Because for the identification of stingless bees, what we were doing? We were doing identification on the basis of relative characters. It is black in color, its wings are like this, it is white in color, or it is having hairs. Absolute character is ki 8 number of hairs or 10 number of hairs. Okay, relative is having hairs. Okay, so based on the, now we are doing it on the basis of absolute characters. Okay, in this species they are having this number of hairs present on the legs. Or another, we are doing on the basis of studying the male genitalia. That is the very important factor for describing any species. Before that, we were describing species, mostly all species, they were described on the basis of females only, because people were not knowing, or scientists also, researchers, students, they were not knowing about the males of the stingless bees, because the males, they look like workers. Okay, so morphologically it is very difficult to identify the males. But after 2013, when we have started working in this direction to study the male genitalia and female both. Now when we are identifying the species, we are identifying on the basis of both male and females. But earlier identification, they were only based on females and relative characters. So now we are having males from all these species, 27 species. Earlier we were only having males from one species. Okay, so many were misidentified also that time, but now corrections are going on. If I talk about the colony organization, as already I have told you, okay, we are having queens, workers and males. So how they look like? So if you see the queen abdomen is very big. Okay, you can see the wings, they are not able to cover the abdomen. It means the queen cannot fly also. That is the reason their colonies are perineal. They cannot go outside. Okay. And another is drones or males. They look like this. If you see, this is the downside. It is the drone of Lepidotrigona, and upside is again the drone. And on the right hand side, this is the worker. So now we are knowing how the females they are looking like, how the males are looking like, and how the workers they are looking like. Okay. So now we can identify it. Now coming to their nest architecture. If we see the Tetragonula species nest architecture, we will find it very haphazardly placed. Somewhere it is mixed with honey also, pollen also. Somewhere honey is separate and then pollen is mixed. And here you can also see one royal cell also. If you see here, this is the honey cell. Okay, not queen cell, not honey cell. This is the queen cell. Along with this is the brood cells. This is the internal nest architecture of Tetragonula species. And the Tetragonula, different species are there. Similarly, this is for Lophotrigona. This is their, they stays underground. Okay, you can see the nest entrance, and this is the honey portion. These are their cells, and it is covered within covering of involucrum or wax covering or resin covering. Okay. Then the third one is Lysotrigona. This honey is called as the white honey. You can see the cells, very beautiful cells, lying on the sides of the brood. And these are the smallest among all the bees which are present in India. So this is the bees from the Kerala. Okay. And this one is Lepidotrigona. Mostly Lepidotrigona we found in colder regions, like in Foot Zero region, Kohima, and then Fake also we get. Okay. But this Tetragonula we found in subtropical and tropical regions. Okay. In 2018 we have presented one paper in Australia where for the first time we have told them that stingless bees we can found at higher altitudes also. But all the seniors they told that it is not possible since stingless bees they are tropical bees. Okay. So we have invited them here. They visited here after that twice. We have shown all these things. Then the literature is updated now. Stingless bees is found in tropical to subtemperate regions. Okay. So there are many things which we can, with time, we can discover the things. Okay. In science, nothing is absolute, and it is relative. It changes also. Then how we can identify it? First, this is preliminary identification. I have told you, identification on relative character, it is not the correct identification, but just for the basic identification, we can see the nest architecture also. If we see the ventralis, they are making the long funnels. Okay, so this one is Lepidotrigona ventralis. If we see the Arcifera, they are making tube-like, short tube-like entrances. Okay, similarly for Lophotrigona, if we see, they are making underground. Okay, this type of. But if we see the Gracity, they are not making any, they are not using any resins at their entrances, very clean entrances. Okay, so this identification, just for preliminary identification, we can just go ahead in this direction also, but the final identification it should be based on morphology, morphometric, and then DNA sequences and male genitalia. Okay, so even integrated approach we need. So what about the life cycle? Okay, Stingless bee life cycle is still unknown in many places. Okay. The developmental stages of stingless bees are egg larva because they are holometabolous. It means they are having 4 different stages of development. They start with egg, they reach larva, pupa and adult, and then in honey bees we see they are doing progressive feeding. You know? Progressive means daily they are feeding the larva with food. The workers, the nurse bees, they are feeding. But in case of stingless bees, they are doing the mass provisioning. The workers, they are making the cell. The queen, she is laying they are filling the cell with the food. The queen, she is laying egg and then they are closing it. Okay. Then after 40-50 days, we get the adult bee. Then first cell construction and provisioning, then egg laying by queen and then operculation by the workers. And after 50-60 days, we get the adults emerging from those cells. Then what are the duration? Duration for egg, it is around, if I talk about for the queen, it is around 66 days, and for worker, it is around 45 days. So we can see here, first the queen, she is inspecting the cells, they are working it, they are putting the food, the larva is feeding on the food, then pupal stage come, then adult is emerging after 50 to 60 days of their development. For honeybees, the development is early, okay? It is for the drones, it is 24 days, for the workers, 21 days, and for the queen, it is 16 days, okay? Means the minimum time in honeybees is taken by the queen for her development because of royal jelly. And here we can see the larva. It looks like this, and their entrances also. 2 different species in same hive. If we see the comparison of different species, so we will find that the cells of different caste, we will find that the Tetragonula, already have told you, the Tetragonula genus, they are having smaller bees as compared to Lepidotrigona bees. So their cell size also it differs, okay? The cell size of Tetragonula bees are smaller as compared to Lepidotrigona bees. Then what are the social behavior of stingless bees? Already I have told you they are living in colonies, so they are social bees, okay? Like termites or honeybees, ants. They are social bees. And the characteristic of social bees is that they are having overlapping of generation, like us. We are social, no? Because at our homes we are having grandparents, our parents, their parents also sometimes, small children also there, you know? That is overlapping of different generations, okay? Then another is, each colony of stingray is a well-organized social group having division of labor. Division of labor means they all are knowing what work they have to do at what age. When they are emerging from the cell, what work they will do? They will do the cleaning services, you know? After that, they will start feeding but in stingless bees, feeding is not there, you know? It's progressing feeding. But they will make the new cells and then they will fill up those cells with the bee bread or pollen and nectar mixture, okay? So that is after that, they will go to the field also for collection of pollen and nectar. So they have well-developed communication system. Their communication system is even stronger than honeybees because they are using 3-dimensional communication system. So how they are doing? First, they are producing a sound. Okay, through sound also they are having receptors. Okay, with sound also they communicate the things. Okay, the information. Then living order trails. When they are going for the foraging, at a particular distance they are putting some trails, putting some like some nectar or some secretions from their body, okay, so that the bees they can follow them. So they are making the trails. The trails may be short trails or long trails also, means for many for 100 200 meters also, or for 10 or 15 meters also. It depends upon different species, okay. Then another is scout bees. They are also recruitment of scout bees, but unlike honeybees, in honeybees what happens? Okay, the scout bees who are bringing the information from the outside, floral information or any other information, they are not going back to the field. But in case of stingless bees, the scout bees, they have to take other bees with them. Okay. So means they have to lead workers. Then nesting behavior in stingless bees, we got two types of nesting. First is overground nesting and another is underground nesting. Overground nesting we will find in those bees, they are making their nest in hollow tree trunks or maybe hollow wall cavities also, and then spaces in the poles pipe, means very unusual places also they are nesting. Maybe in the signals of trains also, if some hollow space they are getting, they will prepare it and make their nest there. Okay, and in bamboos also they are making hollow bamboos. And another type underground means they are searching for the cavities of some mammals because their mandibles are not that much strong. So means they cannot, the stingless bees, they cannot make cavities for themselves or by themselves. Okay. So first they have to see the space, only then they can make their nest, otherwise they have to search some other places. Similarly for underground also they have to search the cavities which was abandoned by some mammals, maybe rats or some others, so they make their nest there. And one behavior we see, the tetragonula species usually they try to attack the invaders. If we go near to their nest, they try to bite us. But in case of underground stingless bees, usually they go inside. When we approach their nest, they don't attack us, but defending position they take, not offensive. Okay, they go inside the nest and for hours they will not come out. This is the reason that for underground species it is very difficult for collection of sample also. Now coming to the flora. Flora, they are going on different type of floras, okay, different families. Around 1461 genus have been identified on which the stingless bees they are foraging. Similarly from Medzifima area also, as a stingless bee forage, we have recorded 95 plants from that region, and we have prepared a floral cycle for different season for Medzifima region. And the range of their foraging is 100 to 150 meters. And these bees, they are also doing very well under the protected conditions. Okay. For tomato, we know for tomato we don't have any pollinator till now in our country. Though we all are eating tomatoes, but there are no managed pollinator present in our country for pollination of tomatoes. But these stingless bees, they are the potential pollinators. Okay. Similarly, bumblebees, they are also potential pollinators. But in Nagaland, because already we are having the stingless bees, so we can use these stingless bees for pollination of tomatoes if we are growing them under protected conditions. But in open conditions, again, we need to conserve these bees. If there will be solitary bees will not be there, bumblebees will not be there, xylocopa will not be there, and stingless bees will not be there, we will not find any tomatoes, we will not find any kiwis also. Because on both these plants, honeybees, they do not visit. Then products also, we get different types of products already I have discussed before also, but from stingless bee we also get stingless bee honey, then wax. Stingless bee propolis, it is in very great demand these days. So many research is going on. I have given you the example for anti-cancerous properties of propolis. The work is already going on in AIIMS Bangalore also. Okay, and they are getting good results in that. Then bee wax also we can use. In Nagaland also we see, when I went and talked to different persons in the villages, they used to tell us, yes, already their ancestors, they were also doing, their forefathers also, they were using cerumen. They were using bee wax, and they were also using it as a barter system also. They were giving the bee wax to the Burmese people, and from they were getting some food grains. So that type was, but still now we are knowing the chemical properties of these products also. So we are having a good opportunity to derive these products from stingless bees. So how the rearing is going on? Now I am talking about the Nagaland and different parts of the country also. So in Nagaland we see this homestead apiaries, or homestead Meliponiculture for stingless bees. People, they are keeping these bees around their houses, okay, and around the buildings also, in the farms also they are keeping. But all this is going on in traditional manner. It means they are not able to harvest as much as they can do. In terms of money I am not telling about in terms of product. Okay, product can be anything, it may be honey, wax, propolis. So this is a constraint actually, but we are lucky that people are already knowing how to domesticate them. The only thing is only the scientific intervention is required now. So we have also tested different types of hives before, because we need a scientific hive. Like for honeybees, we are having Langstroth hive for Apis mellifera and Newton or ISI B and C type, A and B type for Apis cerana. Likewise for stingless bee, in whole world we don't have any scientific hive. Okay, we started working in that direction. We have tested 20-25 types of different hives. Okay, what people are already using, and some modified also. For different modifications we have made, and lastly we have come up with a scientific hive for the stingless bee. The one team from Australia, they have also visited us. So they are also in collaboration with us now for this hive, and already it is for patenting also, it is already there. So what is the main problem in stingless beekeeping for harvesting of their products? The main problem is opening of the hive. Second is multiplication of their colonies. Honey extraction is very difficult in stingless bees in traditional hives. What we are doing? For opening a hive, we are using axe, chisels, hammers. And when we are hitting those boxes with these implements or equipments, we are dislodging or destroying all the brood of the colony. Once the brood is dislodged, brood means egg stage or larval stage or pupal stage of these stingless bees or honeybees, we call it as brood. Okay, they are having a specific orientation in the cell. If that orientation is changed, the brood it dies. Okay, so when the farmers, they are opening their hives for harvesting of honey, they are using those materials. In that process, unknowingly they are changing the orientations of the brood. What is happening then? Those brood is dying. It means we are getting honey. One time we have harvested, and in this process also the larva and pollen, they are also mixing with the honey, which is, it means the honey we are getting, that is not of a good quality. Sometimes we say it is very sour in taste. That sour in taste is because of fermentation of that honey. Okay, it's not, it is a natural taste of the stingless bee, and that fermentation is happening because of mixing of larval brood, pollen and moisture, increased moisture. That is the biggest problem. So we try to solve it out. Now we have designed those hives where the bees, they store honey separately from the brood, and for harvesting of honey we need not to touch the brood also. Okay, so here in this picture you can see this is the hive. So this is the honey chamber. This is all honey only. Okay, and this is the brood chamber. Here is only brood, no honey. So when we have to harvest the honey, we will open this. Okay, we will take out the honey, again we will close it without touching the brood. And when we have to divide our colony, we will open this, we will take out some brood along with the royal cells, then we will put it in other colony. So likewise minimum damage we will give to the mother colony also. So what is the impact of this? The multiplication rate of colonies is increased by 2 to 3 times as compared to traditional beekeeping. Okay, these are some equipments which we can use also. We have started, okay, when we divide our colonies, because I have told you in each colony we are only having one queen. Okay, if we are multiplying our colony, we need extra queens, because queen is only having the power to lay eggs, fertilized eggs. Okay, so what we have done, okay, I have shown you the royal cells before in my previous slide. So we have identified that these royal cells, they are always present in the colonies of stingless bees. So for harvesting, why not to utilize this royal cells or emergency queen cells? Okay, we have tried this trial for 3 years, and we found that the average development period with grafting of queen cell, it decreased the multiplication rate of colonies. How much impact we found it? We found it 2.65 times faster development of colonies. Okay, if in traditional method it is taking around whole year, today we have harvested, only next year we are able to harvest the colony, because the colony, again the queen, she will, again the workers, they will repair all the cells, then again she will, first they will remove the dead brood from there, then again they will clean the cells, they will fill it with food. For that again they have to collect so much food from outside. That process, it delays their development. But here we are getting in 40 to 45 days we are getting new colonies. Okay, we have reduced the time period of their development by many months. Now coming to the another thing is pollination. For pollination with stingless bees, again we are having some advantages and some drawbacks also. The first advantage with stingless bee pollination is that they are less harmful to humans, less and domesticated animals. When we are putting our bees for pollination in enclosed structures, okay, the bees, they get more furious. If we put honey bees, it is very difficult to go inside the hive. They are very furious. But in case of stingless bees, we don't have that problem. And easily we can enter, we can easily manage. And moreover, they are having less foraging range, 100 to 150 meters. And if we see our poly houses also, there are 100 square meter, 150 square meter, 200 square meter. We don't make bigger poly houses because it's very difficult to manage bigger one also. So we can easily put these stingless bees for pollination. Then is propagation of colonies contribute to preservation of biodiversity by conservation of species. I have told you that bees, their food is pollen and nectar. And in search of their food, what they do? They go to one flower, then another flower. In this process, unknowingly, they are also transferring the pollen, and that process is called as the pollination. Okay? And pollination is the basis of whole diversity or genetic mix-up also. Suppose today we can see white color flowers, red color flowers, violet color flowers. How these all things have developed? Okay, plants, so they cannot move. They need one agent which can transfer their gametes from male to female. Then only the fertilization will happen. Then only there will be fruits and seeds. Otherwise there will be no fruits and seeds. For that process, unknowingly they are conserving. Conserving the genome also. They are helping diversification of genome also. Okay, so whatever genetic, we see different flowers outside, different plants, fruit, nuts. That is the contribution of the bees over million of years. Some bees or some insects, there is one term which we call it as coevolution. Coevolution means that two things are evolving at the same rate. Evolving at the same rate for each other. We are having a very good example of fig. Fig, you all know, no? It is a dry fruit. Very costly when we go in the market. It is pollinated only by fig wasp. If fig is eliminated from the nature, the fig wasp, automatically it will eliminate. Okay? Similarly, fig wasp is not there, the figs will not be there. That is the coevolution. Okay? Then another one is yucca plant, which is pollinated by yucca moth. If there will be no yucca moth, there will be no yucca plants. Then what are the constraints of stingless bees for crop pollination? First is poor level of domestication technology. Whatever we are doing, that is in traditional manner, and those all things, that is only depending upon the nature. We are only keeping the box at our house or in homestead apiaries, And we are not knowing what is going inside, what are their requirements. So very poor level of domestication technology is available still now. Okay, though it is improving, but again it will take lots of time. Okay. Then another is colony growth rates are low as compared to honeybees. I have told you the honeybees, their life cycle is 16, 21 and 24 days. You know? And for stingless bees, more than 2 months. So development is also very slow, so that for getting a good strong colony, it takes time. Then some species are known to damage leaves of crops. So these stingless bees, they are also collecting resins. From where they are collecting resins? They are collecting from the leaves, trees, you know, or fruits also. So we have in Australia, the researchers, they have done trial on strawberry. Okay, use of stingless bees as a pollinator of strawberry. But what they have found, the crop was very good, production was very good, but on the fruits there were scratching marks. Scratching marks means the quality of fruit is not good. Later they found that why these scratching marks are coming on the fruits. Something is scratching there, someone is scratching. They found that the stingless bees, they are scratching the skin of the fruits to collect resins from them. Okay. So what they have done, when they have discussed among themselves, so after so many deliberations, they found that what if we supply them with the resins also, along with sugar solution. So they have done that thing. So the bees, they have stopped collecting the resin from the fruits. Now the fruit quality is very good. So now they are selling those fruits. So means some research is required for everything, whether it is stingless bees, whether it is honey bees. So we have. Another is species are territorial and sometimes they fight with each other. Though in Nagaland we don't have those much species, so most of the time of the years our species, they don't fight, but during swarming we have seen this behavior also, but to very less extent. These all things we can manage, it is not unmanageable. Now what are the scope of improvement if we talk about the first is intense efforts are required by both government and non-government agencies in implementation of scientific stingless bee, Meliponiculture or apiculture also. Especially in Nagaland, even for beekeeping also, most of the practices are traditional. You know? We are doing stationary beekeeping here. Stationary beekeeping means only 1 season or 2 seasons we are able to extract the honey, which means less profit. We are not able to realize the this whole opportunity which we can get by migratory beekeeping. If you go to Himachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, or in West Bengal also, Central India, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, you will find the beekeepers, they are doing the migratory beekeeping. Here, when it is stationary beekeeping, we are only able to harvest honey only from the flora of that region. Okay, and that there also the flora, it will not for the year round, it is for some specific period. So when we go for migratory beekeeping, what beekeepers are doing there? In the month of winters, when it is January, February, from December, they are shifting their colonies to Punjab and Haryana. So if you visit that time, you will see lots of mustard is there that time. In hundreds or thousands of hectares, you will see the mustard crop. And along the fields, you will see thousands of colonies. Every 7th day, they are harvesting honey from mustard. So likewise, when mustard will over in January, February, they will shift to Uttarakhand for lychee and mango. Afterwards, when they will take the harvest from there, then they will go to lower belts of Himachal Pradesh for the extraction of honey from a wild tree, which we call it acacia tree, acacia or khair. Then again they come back to different places. Then in autumn, they will go to higher hills. There in forest again they get some wild bushes flowering, which is called as a Plectranthus or chichri. It makes white honey. The cost is 10,000 rupees per kg. They are harvesting from there. Then from there again they are going to Leh Ladakh. From there again they are sea buckthorn honey they are harvesting from there. Then again they are, before starting of winters, they are coming down again to Punjab and Haryana. Whole year they are going around, and from each colony they are harvesting around 50 to 60 kg of honey. And from one place, so likewise a single beekeeper is getting 3,000, 4,000 kgs of honey. Okay, that's why they are sustaining on beekeeping. Otherwise it is very difficult now. If you will only get 100 kg of honey in 1 year, 100 kg you will sell at 1,000. Only 1 lakh rupees. But you have to purchase bee colonies, other equipments also, labor also. So that is too less. The scope of this migratory beekeeping is immense. The honey yield and colony multiplication could be enhanced by using scientific hives. In Nagaland, basically it is a problem that we are doing in traditional only. Since the efforts of NBHM is also going on there since long time. We are also doing, but sometimes it becomes very difficult to motivate the farmers. We give boxes to them also, but sometimes they don't use. They are only keeping that one. The follow-up is also required of the things. Then government programs, government agencies like NBHM and say providing marketing facilities, they are also providing to the farmers. And then we are also doing the training and technical know-how, and sometimes extension also we are doing. Then NABARD is also providing some loans facilities. But the main constraints that are faced by the farmers or beekeepers, that is less production and quality production is not there. I'm telling you, when we send the samples of honey outside for testing, they don't fall under the category of honey. Though verbally we are telling that this honey is very good, this is from this region, but the way of extraction of honey, our farmers are ruining the quality. For that we have to think in that way also. Then technical know-how is again a problem, because scientific knowledge for scientific beekeeping is required. So we need more people who tell our farmers how to go for the scientific beekeeping, and we have to open some centers also near to the pockets where there are many beekeepers are doing, so that they can come anytime and discuss the things. So availability of standard hives is again a problem. It is not about that farmers are not using. The other thing is they are also not available. The persons who are making hives, even they are not making the standard as per ISO or BIS. So last time we were having a meeting of BIS in Kashmir. There it was discussed with National Bee Board also. There sir was also there, KK Das. So now we are also, they are also writing to National Bee Board. National Bee Board will also writing to all its implementing agencies that we will only purchase those bee equipments which are BIS certified. Then only the releases of the funds will be made, otherwise they will not be released. So now on our side also we are putting the efforts, BIS is also putting the efforts, so maybe in the coming years this problem will solve. Now again we can go for the, because entrepreneurship is not about the basic products, we can go for the value addition. Why value addition? Suppose when we go to, when we take a tea in some dhaba, they give us at 10 rupees or 15 rupees. When we go to a good restaurant, they give at 50 rupees. When we go to a very good hotel, they give at 100 rupees. What is the difference? The tea is same. Maybe the tea you will get in a very good restaurant, it may be not good as compared to which you are getting at 10 rupees. The only difference is how they are presenting their product to you. Okay? When you are taking it at 10 rupees, he will tell you, okay, take from there. And you go to some restaurant, one person will come, he will take your order, and happily you will give 50 rupees. When you give to some 5-star, you will give even 500 rupees for that cup of tea. The only thing is, for any entrepreneurship, the first thing is your product quality matters. Okay? Any brand which you say, Starbucks coffee, only brand, no? But they are also maintaining the quality also. For that quality we are paying. At least at the initial phase 2 we pay for quality. Later on the quality may change. I can't say. That depends. First, when we are going for making any product out of this beekeeping, maybe honey, wax, propolis, anyone, it should be as per the quality standards. Okay. So for that, first we have to adopt those procedures from which this quality can come in our product. Means we will go for the scientific. Another is the information, your packing, storage of your product. If you are not storing your product properly, it will get deteriorated with time. The quality of the product, it will change. It will get lower with the time. So we have to do the proper storage. For example, honey. When we harvest the honey, what we are doing? We are just keeping on the shelf. Sometimes in the sun also. Sometimes we are heating it also. We don't have to do. When we are an entrepreneur, we should know these things, how to store it properly. For that, again, we need some scientific interventions. And the third is, I have told you, presentation of your product. Means how you are marketing your product. Marketing comes, first you have to put your product in proper packaging which looks appealing. It should look appealing, then only it will attract the consumers. Otherwise, so it will not. I have given you the example of a restaurant. When you go to the Taj Hotel, they will bring your tea in very beautiful crockery, bone china crockery, and then along with some handmade biscuits also they will give. And when you will pay them 750 rupees for your tea, you will not feel bad. You will not feel bad, na? Because your mind accepted ki what they have given to me, it is the service they have provided, that is sufficing it. Means you are ready to give 750 rupees. But if I tell you the same 750 rupees you give to the dhaba for one cup of tea, no, you will fight with them. You will tell, we will close this dhaba if you will charge extra. It all depends. For our product also, it should be in proper container. The container should be appealing. All information should be there. The maximum information you will give on your product, you will create more trust among the consumers. Suppose you are selling honey, you have to write this is stainless bee honey, or place of origin, it is from this place, and this is very easy also. Okay, from which hive you have extracted also. So you can, on Excel, you can make the barcodes also for that. Place that barcode on your product, and you also give key as these are the surrounding floras present at that time when we have extracted this honey. So when these informations will be there, the nutritional information will be there, then when consumers they use, it creates a trust. For example, when we go to the market for purchasing the flower, we say you give Ashirvad. If there are 2-3 different companies are there, and if we see Ashirvad flower, we say yes, you give this one. Because they have built their trust. They have given the information, it is multigrain, this grain we have put here in this quantity. And another thing is advertisement of your product. These days advertisement matters. How you advertise your products. You can sell anything. While coming here, we were just discussing some person, he got the idea of selling the water in the bottles. Though we all know our whole body is made up of water. Our earth 70% is water. We get water from rain also, in rivers, everywhere. But maybe some decades before, some person got the idea and selling the water in bottles, and we all are taking the water because he is saying it is pure. But we don't know it is pure. I have worked in analysis also, chemistry analysis of this water and all. Water cannot remain pure after 24 hours of its packing. But we are drinking water. See the batch number of everything. And once it is open, we have to consume it within hours. Okay? So, but he was having the idea and he was knowing how to sell it. proper advertisement also. We see in the TV in Rajasthan, the camels, they are drinking Bisleri water. So that is how they crack that idea. So this is advertisement of your product. It should be in a very, it should go among the masses. The advertisement is also again very much required. So that way we can develop our product. So we can go for different products. Even in Sasad also we are making different products. We are making soaps out of the honey. We are making candles, then honey tea, honey coffee, juices, honey mead also. These are alcoholic drinks, honey cakes, different products you can make. The product you can make with sugar, the same product you can make with honey. Okay? So it is, and moreover these days we are having so many concepts of honey huts also. When I was in Shimla, the first shop it opened there in the name of Honey Hut. It was a tea and coffee shop. That time the price for the tea was 5 rupees or 4 rupees it seems. They were selling that time at 50 rupees. And very happily the people, they were going inside. In one pot they were bringing the honey, and in one cup they were bringing the tea, and in front of you they were putting the honey in your tea, and you were feeling very good and you were giving that. That time, it is I think 12, 13 years before, I'm telling. That time even they were charging 50 rupees. So now I think they must be charging 150 rupees. So this is the way how honey is a very royal product. You can sell to anyone, but you should know how to sell it. And honey is the product for royals only. That's why those persons who are eating honey, we consider them as royal persons. Yeah, startup. So these things, regarding the entrepreneurship also, so many startups are coming in apiculture also these days. I was watching one episode on Shark Tank India. So there was one brand, Honey Twigs. What they have done? What is the problem with honey today? Why we are not able to consume the honey? We are not able to consume the honey today because you are sitting here, but you cannot eat honey. What is the reason? Because eating honey itself, it is a messy. You will feel it will stick everywhere. Our clothes will get dirty. That idea came to their mind. Okay, they have made the honey small sachets, and the opening they have made like that. Once when you will tear it, it will not spill it out. And when you will again open it, when there is two tearing for that, then you can easily take the honey and the wrapper you can fold it and you can put in the dustbin. Means they are making eating honey easy, non-messy. This is the idea. Likewise, we can also go for those things. Then in different parts of our country, many persons, those who were landless only before, now they are earning very good crores of turnovers. Few days back, I was reading one article in the newspaper. So one person from Madhya Pradesh, he was a laborer. He just started with 2 bee boxes, and now his turnover is more than 1 crore rupees within a span of 7 years. Turnover of 1 crore means profit is around 30-40 lakhs. Because honey, profit is also more. But if we talk about Nagaland, we are only having, I think, Galo honey. Only one entrepreneur. Bambusa, you went there? Bambusa? The owner, he has started one brand of honey also, Galo honey. Okay? Only one brand in whole Nagaland. So you are having lots of opportunity. In Nagaland, production of honey is not a problem. The thing is development of entrepreneurship. Okay? So that we can go ahead that way. Scope to I have already immense. It all depends on the ideas what is coming your mind. How you crack that idea and how to make that idea working. Okay? Implementation of that idea. Initially, it is little bit difficult because we need funding also. So for that, many persons, they are ready to fund. But the thing is, you have to satisfy their queries. Okay? So funding may not be a problem also, because startup it is a scheme of government also, and they are also supporting. So this is the scientific meliponiary. It looks like this. We have also installed one honey processing unit to any time if you want to come there and use for your villagers also, they can come and use it. Then these are some of our programs, some activities, visitors. Yeah. Now coming to what we want our future. It should be like this only, na? We all want, not for us, for our children, for their children also, we don't want this type of things, where for pollination we don't want to climb trees, okay, because without pollination we will not get any food. We will only get some cereals, with the rice and roti. What we will do if there will be no vegetables? So this thing, this is from China, okay, the man and pollination. This is a research paper, okay. So before the persons, they were not allowing the bees to, they were not allowing the persons to keep bees, okay. But when under IC mode project, they have given the trainings with the help of the government of China to their farmers, then they realized it is very important pollination, but they were not having bees. So they decided they will do by themselves, okay. So they were doing this pollination of these trees, but later on now they are using bees. So for that, what we can do, we need some all-out efforts from all of us to conserve and increase the floral resources, nesting places and ecosystems, okay. Floral resources we don't have to destroy. We all know we need good roadways, good railways, everything, but they should be made in such a way, they should be constructed in such a way that it should harm the nature minimally, okay. It should be sustainable. For that, because if we see news in Karnataka also, the government, they have told 33 from the Bangalore town only, they are making this metro train project. 93,000 trees they will cut from there. You see Bangalore, which is already that much big city, if we will cut 93,000 trees from that place, what will happen? Where the bees will go? They will not be having any nesting places. Today we are seeing the bees, they are, especially Dorsetta, they are constructing their nest in our buildings only. Why? Because they are not getting the places for their nesting. So one Axel Brockman is one researcher who is working in US Bangalore also. He is also working on these aspects also. So deforestation also, if we are doing deforestation for developmental activities, we have to again plant more trees, okay. Then let us all join hands and work together with full devotion towards this goal. We all have to join our hands. So in conclusion, I will say, in light of pollinated decline in the world, the role of bees should be realized by farmers, means any beekeepers, also farmers, scientists and government, and this should be conserved to improve the yield of agriculture crops and safeguarding biological diversity. The conservation of bees can be done by, first is providing nesting materials, okay. The main problem of this elimination of these pollinators from our earth or like this, many are on the verge of decline. The main reason is they are not getting the place to nesting. When we are doing agriculture, we are not seeing solitary bees on the bunds, their houses, their nesting places are those. We are removing all those things. We are going for clean agriculture, but clean agriculture is never sustainable. Then making floral gardens, plantation drives also. We can, when any plantation drive is going on, we can tell the government, those who are sponsoring that, yes, these trees we need. Instead of putting only those trees which is only providing greenery. We should go for plantation of those trees which provides flowers also, which provides sources of nectar and pollen. Because ultimately bees, they also need food. And reducing the usage of chemicals to agriculture. See, this is little bit difficult because our all agriculture crops now, we cannot grow them without chemicals. Though government, we are having different schemes of natural farming also, but it will again take a lot of time to coming back for natural farming. And as our population is growing, we have to provide the food. We have to export the food to other countries also to earn some monetary benefits, to increase the per capita income of our population. Okay, chemicals, but we can, yes, we can make some those chemicals which are bee friendly. We have to put more money in R&D for making of those chemicals or those solutions which will be less detrimental to the bees and other insects also. Then less soil disturbance, minimum tillage, soil conservation strategy should be there. So with these things, we can be able to conserve our pollinators. We can easily go for multiplication or increasing their population in our areas, because the more pollinators will be there, more quality food and more production we will get. Okay. So with this, I will conclude my talk. If any question is there, you are welcome to ask. Yes, don't feel like that, okay, if you will ask, so I will judge you. No. We all are here to discuss the things, okay? Many times we hesitate, na? We hesitate, but there is nothing to hesitate. Either the talk was very good or very bad. Yes, ma'am, sure, please.
You were saying that the honey produced by the stimulus bee is not sour. It is not sour. But the impression that the local that it should be sour, it is like the honey usually which is being given by the stimulus bees are sour and it has medicinal values. The sourness is actually the medicinal value.
Yes, ma'am, it is sour, but it is not that much sour. A little bit sour, means sweet and sour both. But sourness, from where it is coming? When the farmers, they are harvesting the honey, they are squeezing it. First, so they are hitting their hives with hammers and all, which leads to mixing of brood and pollen in the honey. Even more wax also it comes. After that, they squeeze it. When they squeeze it, other impurities also adds to it. For that particular time, we feel it, yes, it is very much pure. But you store it for 15 days. It will be sometimes very difficult to open the bottle also. It is because it is fermenting. And fermentation of honey, it's only yielding alcohol. Any product fermentation leads to alcohol production. So we are also testing the honey, and it is medicinal, madam. It is having low glycemic index, and means we are having sugar also, so we can eat it. It is having more vitamin C content, more polyphenols are there. The antibacterial properties are also there, and its research are also going for anti-cancerous treatments also for stingless bees. Ma'am, we were having one meeting last month. So we have, because for stingless bees we don't have any standards like for Apis mellifera honey. Okay, this sugar it should be in this range. We are not having that range for stingless bee honey. So right now even calling stingless bee honey as a honey is also doubtful. So though work is going on, we are also working this time, maybe because other countries, they have also supported India when we have presented the proposal in the meeting of ISO last month. So now we will test the honeys from all over India for stingless bees based on different floras also. Based on that, the standards will be laid down. If the honey it comes under those standards, like FSSAI standards are there. But for stingless bee honey, we don't have any standards, except in Brazil they are having, and in Australia also they are making. But in whole world, we don't have any standards for stingless bee honey. Yes, ma'am.
Regarding research work in this particular field,
Yes, ma'am.
up to what extent we people, Nagaland has also done it, and what are the other potentials that we have for this?
Ma'am, see, in Nagaland we are very lucky to have these bees here. To means we are having the opportunity to go ahead with this. In other places they are also having stingless bees, but they have not worked that much, only Kerala. But Kerala, they are also having one species of stingless bee. And moreover, they are also doing everything in traditional manner. We are far ahead from them here. Our farmers, they are also doing now scientific also. In November, one team from all India, they came here, which was comprised of ADG and Vice Chancellors, and the Director CBITA also. They visited here. Even from the Dean from Squast Kashmir also, he was the member of that. And that time, we also went to villages for stingless bee also. And they were very happy with it. And maybe in the coming time, we will be able to implement the scientific stingless beekeeping in other villages also. Yeah, we are already doing research, ma'am, from last 4-5 years on this. In other parts also, it's going on. Last month in March, we were having one training for the HDOs and ADOs of Meghalaya. So that was from the government of Meghalaya. So there, we have also introduced scientific beekeeping. They are also having stingless bees. We visited one farmer, is having more than 350 hives of stingless bees. So now he is also shifting to slowly to scientific beekeeping. Yeah. And his story was also a success story. He started with 2 hives only. He was not doing beekeeping before. Once he went to Kerala, there he have seen people doing this stingless beekeeping. Then he returned back. Then from somewhere he got 2 hives. Then afterwards he attended one training. And now he's having 350 plus hives there. And now he's earning very good amount from there. Government of Meghalaya is also supporting him. So it's a very good success story from there. Even these scientific boxes already in trials in Odisha, Kerala, Karnataka, Punjab, and then West Bengal, Assam. Already it's going on, madam. Even in Australia also, when they visited here, they told us that we are far behind from your paper. So yes, we are having this opportunity and we will lead it, ma'am, surely. From student side, if you are having not only bees, any other question also you can ask regarding the entrepreneurship also. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Avinash, for your insightful talk on bees today and tomorrow. And it was very interesting, enlightening, and I'm sure our understanding of bee has expanded And that is one of the purpose of the ZooTalk. We want to come out of the classroom environment, and I believe whatever topic that we take up, even in the days to come, will be to enrich our knowledge on important topics that is prevalent in the society by using scientific means. And beekeeping is one thing that just cropped up out of nowhere, because some of our faculty members are also very interested in beekeeping. So we have come up with this topic this year. I'm sure that even in the days to come, we will be able to come up with interesting topics for discussion. I think next week we also have a training in Dimapur. I think the Nagaland Bee and Honey Mission, they are organizing a program, and 2 of our faculty members are attending that training program also. So they'll be out of station for about 2 days next week. So that is the level of dedication and commitment that our department has in beekeeping. We want to develop that branch also. If we teach this in the classroom, it's only confined to curriculum academics only. So application part, how people are using those knowledge to make their lives more meaningful, to make their, to stabilize their economic status. These are very interesting stories, and I believe that we have all learned something very new this morning through the talk. And we wish the best, Dr. Chauhan, for your future also. I wish that your research does well and that it is able to open new ways. And as you said, the standard formula for the honeybee from stingless bee is not yet ascertained. We hope that it will be done soon, and that the products that we have in Nagaland will also feature among some of the best, products in India at least, if not in the world. So we wish you the best for your future endeavor also, and we are extremely grateful to you for your time, and we look forward to further collaborations and working together in the days to come also. So best wishes to you, and thank you so much for your time. And today our students were so well informed with the topic that they had no questions, and that is the best takeaway of this talk, series 1. After the vote of thanks, we will have a photo session. So before we dive into the refreshment, let us have the photo session first, and then only we'll go to refreshment. So before we wrap it up, I would like to request our HOD, Dr. Anungla Ponganer, to do the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Achum, for this time. Dr. Avinash Johan, my colleagues here, and my dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Just as bees gather where there is sweetness, today we have witnessed a swarm of keen minds drawn to the richness of knowledge in this ZooTalk Series-1, 2025. We are grateful for the opportunity to learn something new and enriching from today's discussion. First and foremost, we thank our Lord God for the success of this program. A very special thank you goes to our main speaker, Dr. Avinash Johan, scientist, HP and P, Department of Entomology, Srastrat, Nagaland University, Metsibema. We thank you for your very invigorating and enlightening talk on apiculture and meliponiculture and their important role in entrepreneurship development. Your expertise has truly, I think, inspired all of us. We are, as Achum said, we are all going to take away something from this today. I also extend our gratitude to our principal for his active participation, especially, his initiative that made it possible for us to stream this event live in this conference room. My heartfelt thanks goes to the lecturers for your active participation especially for your initiative that made it possible for us to stream. For your unwavering support and your teamwork. Your collaboration has been vital to the success of this event. And to our IT team, Matthew and Mr. Kafo, thank you for your tireless efforts since yesterday, in ensuring everything, from the computers to the sound system was ready for seamless streaming. Your meticulous attention to detail has been invaluable. Thank you so much. And a big thank you to all our dear students who have come here for your cooperation and readiness to assist in whatever way we request you to do. Your presence and enthusiasm have made this event meaningful and rewarding for us all. We hope the knowledge shared today will inspire future, research work, future studies, entrepreneurial ventures, so on and so forth. We also want to thank the research scholars for your help in creating such a beautiful, conference room. Your efforts have truly added to the event's success. And also, I want to thank a special guest here who is present, Mr. Enzan from Nagaland Bee and Honey Mission. Thank you for your presence. We already have signed an MOU with them to work together in this honey and this bee and honey, projects. So we are very thankful for your support, and for your concern always for this kind of work. Okay, lastly, we express our sincere gratitude to those who attended online. We hope you found today's talk valuable and insightful. And we look forward to more such academic collaborations and opportunities to learn and grow together. Thank you. Everyone, have a good day.
Thank you. Now we will have the photo session. We will first proceed outside, and we have the banner there. So we will have a group photo, and we'll have a photo with the resource person also, with the faculty members and with the students also. So all of us can get ready. We can proceed outside. Thank you.